So this morning I want to share a story with you. How many of you are old enough to remember Operation Iraqi Freedom? Some of you might have actually been involved in Operation Iraqi Freedom. I was 11 or 12 years old, and I remember being at my friend's house, and they had a little 13-inch TV, and watching the beginnings of that military operation. And the conversations that followed were very interesting. I don't know if some of you heard some of those conversations. Is this how the end begins? Is this the beginning of Armageddon? And conversations flowed out of that. And the interesting thing is, as Seventh-day Adventists, we have a history and a particular interest in, fancy word, eschatology, how things end. And so, fast forward a few years, our kids were 10 years old, 12 years old, somewhere there, and their friends said, our church does a Christmas play, and we invite all of our friends to come be part of it. Will you come? And Kim and I thought to ourselves, we said, if we're going to do this, we should probably check out what this church is about. And so we went, and leading up to Christmas, as you may expect, as many churches do, they were doing a Christmas series, which was the end times. You know, a traditional Christmas series. And we sat back, we said, this is going to be different. And each week, the pastor preached a different variation that is an interpretation of Scripture of how things might end. He preached pre-trib and post-trib, mid-trib, no trib, nothing but the trib. But every single week, he'd get done, and he'd say, there's a lot of different ways this could play out. But in the end, Jesus said, he said this in John, and his words ring true, I've told you these things so you have peace. In this world, you're going to have trouble. Take heart, I've already overcome the world. And he'd bring it back to the fact that whether it ends this way, or this way, or this way, or this way, that wasn't Jesus' point. That wasn't the point of revelation. The revelation, not of the end times, the revelation of Jesus Christ, that wasn't his point. His point was to give us hope and confidence that he had already overcome. And he brought it back to no matter how it ends, live your life in such a way that you're ready. Not in fear, not in this strategy or that strategy, but walk in the light. Love your neighbor, but most of all, be known by Jesus and know him personally. And so that's my encouragement for you this morning. As world events have unfolded and some of those conversations have resurfaced, know Jesus personally.